Back here at the Klondike Show. What's going on? I'm talking to you. All right. Oh, what's up, buddy? Ow. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, we're giving away great prizes here today on top of amazing, delicious Klondike bars. You jump, skip. That's a good skip. These are all good skips. We have a lot of return business here at the Klondike Show because people love two things, winning and Klondike bars. That's it. I want you to start and name states.
Canada?
No. I want you to look in the camera and say, hey.
Hey.
Come on, dance. How low can you go? What state do we live in?
LA?
But that's the city. Dance with it. What state? California. You've won. Go get a Klondike bar, and thanks for playing, guys. All right, secret handshake time. And that's our handshake. You just won a Klondike bar, my friend. All right, you got to point to the camera and strike your fiercest pose.
Did you just steal my Klondike bar?
Yes, but don't beat me up. Let's hear Old Town Road.
I'm gonna ride till I can't. I got the horses in the back. Horse stock is attached, but he tell me nothing.
All right, you're amazing. I can listen to you all day. Got a shopping cart, and you go down the aisle. Then you pick to the left. You pick to the right.
This is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and I'm so excited to now be joined by the acclaimed comedian, actor, and host, the one and only JAKE Marin. Jake, how are you?
I'm great, Will. Good to be here with you today.
Good to be here with you as well, my friend, and I'm so excited. The audience just got a little sneak peek of your amazing talent with just a little minute clip of your hosting reel. But like I was telling you off camera, you know, your hosting reel is just a segment of what you can do, because obviously you not only are a trained craftsman, dare I say, in improv and stand-up comedy, but also as an actor. You know, I'm curious to know, first and foremost, Jake, where were you born, and when did you realize that you wanted to be a part of the arts in some way, shape, or form?
Yeah, so I was born in Dallas, Texas. I've been in Los Angeles about 10 years now. But it's actually not so much of a funny story as just an interesting path that I took. I always thought I wanted to be a lawyer. That was the whole plan. That always seemed like something I wanted to do. And then when I was 19, I actually had a significant back injury. I ruptured 2 discs in my lower back, football injury, and it was brutal. I spent a lot of time in bed. You know, it took me about a month after the surgery to be able to really walk and move around. And all that sounds horrible, but it really changed my perspective on what I was interested in. You know, during that time, I watched a lot of comedy, a lot of stand-up, and it really just put a nugget in my head. And after I recovered from that injury, it never went away. And I decided just to give it a shot. And then one thing led to another. I thought, oh, you know, maybe I'll do this for 3 to 6 months. And then boom, I just kept doing it. Kept finding new things. And it's interesting how, you know, it started with stand-up and then acting, and it's really evolved into something I found that I really love hosting. Hosting's become kind of my passion, and specifically I love doing game show stuff and really interacting with people. And it's not anything I ever envisioned myself doing when I was younger. So it's really just going with the waves of life and finding my way from there.
Well, that's amazing, Jake. I mean, despite your horrible injury, it does somewhat remind me of the trauma we've all been through, taking 18 months to sit with ourselves and perhaps reacquaint ourselves with our inner child, just like you did in that month in bed, to really figure out, wow, life's short. What's my bliss? Just do it. And the fact that not only you went after it, and not only are you succeeding, but specifically with hosting, it seems like it combines every tool in your tool belt as an actor, as a comedian, as an improviser, and as just a general overall people lover.
It really does. It really, you know, I really enjoy interacting with people. And improv is something that I've trained at UCB, Groundlings, and been on house teams at other places. And I've always loved improv. Stand-up is obviously something that really got me going early on. And I always found that my crowd work was something that I had the most fun with. The spontaneity of just seeing what's going to happen without just having a planned joke and being
A
able
good
to
yes and, dare I
a
say.
good yes and exactly. And yeah, it's exactly, what you were just saying. It's kind of the evolution of all these things that I've tried and done, and it just one thing leads to another. And I got a gig hosting the Klondike show, and that was the moment I really realized. I'd hosted many other things before, but that was the moment I realized, oh, I love hosting. And ever since then, like you just mentioned, the 18 months in quarantine really made me reevaluate how I want to spend my time and what I want to pursue. And while I do love stand up, it's not the love. And so I'm pursuing more hosting now than stand up because, again, 18 months, you figure out what you want to do. You can't do everything in life. You want to figure out what to put your energy into. And so hosting for me is really becoming the avenue that I want to fully go through.
That's amazing. I mean, you look at some of our best hosts out there within the television landscape, especially, they all usually came from a stand-up background. I know just from stories of my grandfather, Bill Wendell, who happened to be David Letterman's announcer for 20 years.
Oh, wow.
He would tell me stories of how Dave would talk about those stand-up years. And it was actually during those years, cutting his teeth, doing crowd work, like you said, and finding out what jokes work when within which political climate. But also, what you're so great at, Jake, and I want people to really deep dive into the links below this video, is you're not only great with adults, but you're great with kids. And I think it's because it seems like with that month in bed, it's in just you working on your craft, you were able to really unlock that childlike sense of wonder within you. I'm curious if you've always been called a big kid, and for maybe the young artists out there who were maybe told by their parents to just grow up and get a normal job, what advice would you give to them if they want to pursue their bliss within the arts?
Yeah, so you could ask my wife. She would definitely tell you I'm a big kid, but she loves it, so it's great. Uh, the thing is, your parents are always going to tell you what they want, and that's more about them wanting you to have a secure, stable
That's
life,
right.
and I understand that. My dad's a CPA, my mom's a nurse. Obviously, this was not the path they necessarily wanted for me. However, they love seeing this. They love seeing what I do, and it's such a joy for them to be able to come to a show or see me on TV or online. It's something that they never really thought about. And at the end of the day, you have to be true to yourself.
That's
And
right.
as far as working with kids, I've worked with kids a lot. I've worked in after school program. I worked at a summer camp for 3 years after my back injury, and I've always loved interacting with kids. I'm actually trying to coach a basketball team here in Los Angeles at the local YMCA, just because I enjoy interacting with kids. I find it fun. I find that kids they're just honest. They don't have, as many holdups as some of us do. They know more than you think, and they know way less than you think. And it's always very funny. There's just something pure about kids. And what I've always found when I'm working with kids, I'm more focused on their enjoyment than I am on my personal needs, whether it's at camp or interacting with them in a game show setting. I just find that you could just focus on them and try to make it the best experience for them. And there's nothing more selfless than helping a kid to have a good time.
Amen, my friend. Well, listen, I could speak with you forever, Jake, but I want to let our audience know for more on the incredible Jake Marin, you can read more about him right below this video. Jake, final question for you, my friend, is obviously, again, these past 18 months have been hard on all humans, but, especially artists. I'm curious to know, with your sense of optimism, what you're most optimistic about as the world slowly but surely opens up.
Yeah, I think that these last 18 months have only reiterated people's passions. Not only people's passions to pursue their dreams, go after what they're looking for, but the enjoyment that people get from going to a live event or watching a good movie, watching a good TV show. I also have been hosting trivia. That's another live event. I've gotten back into hosting ever since COVID's slowed down a little bit. And I've found that people want to get together. They want to find entertainment. They want to have a good time. And that didn't just go away. If anything, I think that little spark people had has been lit a little bit, and they're eager and excited to see what's going to come after this 18 month.
Absolutely. Well, Jake, you are such a shining light. You have such an it factor about you, but I'm sure you've been told that before. But also, you have an everyman quality, which makes a great host. That, you know, you have kind of, again, it's like the boy next door meets, could be my best friend, could be my cousin, could be the really young dad. Do you like the really young dad?
I've been going out for a lot of commercial auditions for young dad. I get it.
But you know what? God bless. And Jake, again, I'm so grateful for your time today and so grateful that we're now connected.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a pleasure, and I appreciate getting to meet you and getting to talk to everybody.
God bless you. Be well.
Thanks.